Just a few months ago, it seemed certain that Robert Mueller and the Russia investigation would dominate the midterms this year. It hasn't, but the special counsel has apparently been busy at work, of course. A new piece in Politico analyzed the investigation's court filings and concluded that Mueller may have tried to secretly subpoena the president. Today, though, the president said he has not received a subpoena, but it raises lots of questions, such as, can you subpoena a sitting president? Can you indict a sitting president? Is Mueller going to? Some of these questions don't have clear answers. One man with an idea, though, is Allan Dershowitz, who spent generations teaching at Harvard Law School. And he's the author, of course, of the case against impeaching Trump. He joins us tonight. Professor, thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you.
Can any independent counsel subpoena a sitting president?
Yes, that's clear. And the president can comply with the subpoena if he chooses to, can challenge the entire subpoena, or can challenge portions of the subpoena based on executive privilege or the unwillingness of a president to answer questions about the exercise of his constitutional authority. So if the president were subpoenaed, it would guarantee a legal challenge that would probably take several years.
Several years. So
yeah.
Informed people in Washington believe, and I don't know if they're right or not, but they believe that Robert Mueller has concluded that he can constitutionally indict a sitting president. Does that sound plausible that he's concluded that, and is it right? Can he?
I think it does not sound plausible. He's a cautious guy, and there are three reasons why he should not try to indict the president for obstruction of justice, which is what they're talking about.
Right.
Number one, the Justice Department itself has a rule that says you cannot indict a sitting president, and the text of the Constitution certainly looks that way when it talks about that you can indict and prosecute a president after he leaves office, after he is impeached and removed. Second of all, you can't indict a president for obstruction of justice if the president merely exercised his constitutional authorities under Article 2 by firing somebody or by pardoning somebody. The George W. Bush case establishes that. George W. Bush pardoned 5 people on the eve of their trial, including the former Secretary of Defense, and he did it for the purpose of ending the investigation, according to the special prosecutor, but the special prosecutor never considered indicting him or going after him. Third, President Trump simply didn't obstruct justice. You can't obstruct justice by doing things in public, by making statements in public and firing people in public. That's just not obstruction of justice. Obstruction of justice occurs in secret and behind closed doors.
So for the purposes of the president exercising his authority over executive branch employees, you're saying it doesn't matter what his motive might have been. He has an absolute right to hire or fire people who work for him. Absolutely.
And we know what George Bush's motives were. They were not good motives, but you can't question the motives of a president. Look, presidents have mixed motives. They want to go down in history. They want to have big fees for their speeches. They want to teach at universities. They want to help their party. The idea that a special prosecutor can begin to psychoanalyze a president and go to the motives of why he exercised the constitutionally permissible act would take us down a very, very dangerous path.
Yeah. You really are the voice of reason on this stuff. Not a Trump voter. I know our viewers know that, but I just want to make it totally clear.
Not a Trump voter. No, and not a Trump supporter when it comes to his idea about immigration policy. And
I'm sure.
When a person is born in the United States and subject to its jurisdiction, he's a citizen, and the president can't do anything about that.
Professor, thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you.